You know, in a lot of these videos I will be talking about Ethereum, but that's just because what Ethereum built was literally one of the best inventions in the crypto space since the first launch of Bitcoin. And I mean, we're talking about an ecosystem where developers can write smart contracts, release NFTs, and also deploy decentralized applications or dApps. But with that being said, while Ethereum was such a groundbreaking technology, that doesn't mean that it didn't come with a lot of problems as well. And while Ethereum is working to fix a lot of these problems, a lot of other blockchains are coming up to kind of solve these problems ahead of time so that they can gain advantage. And many argue that one of those problems is decentralization. And this is where a project like Tezos has made their own blockchain to help solve this issue. And in this video, we are going to cover everything about Tezos and its coin XTZ. But before we start, Alfacash is a great platform where you can buy, sell, and exchange on cryptocurrencies, digital assets, and other blockchain tokens. So be sure to hit the link in the description below and start trading today. Also, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, and there will be much more content. Now, let's get into it. So, like I mentioned before, Tezos is very similar to Ethereum. However, they are trying to solve one of the main problems that people argue that Ethereum has, which is decentralization. And to start, Tezos first came out in the heat of the ICO boom back in 2017, and when they first came out, they raised $232 million. So it's obvious that a lot of people were excited about the Tezos project, so let's get into exactly how Tezos solves this problem. So, like I mentioned before, Tezos is a smart contract and decentralized app building platform. And obviously, there are many others like these in the crypto space. Obviously, Ethereum being the biggest one, but there's also many ones like Solana, Cardano, and Algorand. And while most of these different platforms use their own coding language, for instance, Ethereum uses Solidity, Tezos has their own language, which is called Michelson. And one of the big differences between Tezos and a project like Ethereum is that obviously as of right now, Ethereum still runs on the proof of work mechanism, but they are slowly switching over to proof of stake, which is going to come in Ethereum 2.0. However, from the start, Tezos has always been running on delegated proof of stake, which means that while in most cases other people have miners on the Tezos ecosystem, they use a thing called bakers. And these bakers are the ones that secure the network, settle transactions, and also distribute block rewards. So obviously Tezos is trying to solve the problem of decentralization, and in order to understand how they're actually solving the problem, we actually need to see kind of where this problem is. So when looking at Ethereum, they argue that Ethereum is still pretty centralized in a way. So Ethereum has a group that oversees the entire Ethereum network, and it's called the Ethereum Foundation. And this is led by the founder of Ethereum, Vitalik Buterin. So because the Ethereum Foundation oversees the network, this means that they are able to make final decisions to any changes that they think are necessary. And while they don't make changes that often, what a lot of these people in the crypto space are trying to avoid is just any centralized group of people that are even allowed to make decisions at all. And they make these changes by a thing called hard forks and soft forks. And in some ways, this system can actually be really good. For instance, if there is a hack in the system, then the group can go back in and hard fork the blockchain at that block that happened before the hack. That way that hack is reversed and it never goes through. However, obviously this raises a lot of concerns about the true decentralization of the network. Because as you know, decentralization was one of the main pillars that the crypto space was even founded on. So for Tezos, the way that they differentiate themselves from Ethereum is that their blockchain is completely upgradable, so there's no need for hard or soft forks. Which means that they can make any changes to the blockchain that are necessary without having to fork the chain. And in order to implement these changes, Tezos allows the bakers within the network to vote on the changes. And that's where the XTZ holders and their staking power actually comes in. So if you're an XTZ holder, you can delegate your stake to a specific miner that has the same position or ideology as you, so that when the voting period comes, which happens I think 4 times each year, you are able to kind of support the baker that has the same ideology as you so that they can vote on the changes that you want for the blockchain. And let's say you have your holdings staked with one baker, but then that baker decides to change his views on his position. What you can do is you can easily take out your holdings and give it to another baker with another ideology, and then it can easily support what you want to change. So you're not just stuck with one baker if you want to stake. That means that all the decisions that are made are totally within the network, and it is all completely decentralized with no major party overseeing the full thing. So now that we know about how the network works, let's talk a bit about the coin XTZ. So on CoinMarketCap right now, XTZ is currently ranked as the number 37 coin in the crypto space with a total market cap of $5.2 billion. And this is putting them at a current price of around just over $6.10. So the previous all-time high that XTZ hit was back in 2018 when it hit $10 for a very, very brief second. But then looking more recently, if we look at since July of this year, the price of Tezos has already increased by 300%. And many analysts are talking about how XTZ could hit that $10 mark again and even surpass it. during this next altcoin boom. And I mean, if we're looking at how things are going right now, we could see that altcoin boom at the end of this year or early 2022. But I mean, you can go ahead and leave your prediction down in the comment section below. Overall, Tezos is a very unique project, and they are picking up a lot of steam lately. And I mean, they're out solving a very good problem, and they're doing a pretty good job of doing it. So I am excited to see what's going to happen with Tezos and their coin XTZ in the next couple months. And now, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And to keep up even more with the crypto space, you can check out our blog at blog.alpha.cash. Until next time.